Hello and welcome back to Panzer Corps and our way to Moscow. It's snowing right now and the mud is coming, so that's great. Hooray! So let's see what we can do, and then we will take a look at the strategic, at the strategic and the historic background for a moment. But first, let's finish our turn. We have to collapse the forces around Bryansk. So let's immediately start. Meanwhile, I will at least block Bolkhov. Well, a surrender, so there's something in the back. And I want to get rid of this anti-tank cannon. I don't want it to reinforce. Well, that didn't work, but it can do nothing because there is 3 units surrounding it. And in the meantime, we can start attacking Bryansk. A big hit there from both sides. Yeah, and now the first airfield is ours, and there was an artillery piece there. This one has to go. There was another infantry unit there and one there, so we cannot go through here. Fortunately, the rain, the snow is blocking our sight. Oh no, rugged defense. That was a bad hit. Bad hit, 3 damage taken. But yes, that's what you get for attacking the infantry. But at least we got the artillery. An Iron Cross. And we can use this window of opportunity for refueling our planes. Yeah, and there was a unit here or here, I'm not sure anymore. Here it is. I want to get rid of this one. And I want to lure this infantry into attacking if possible. Well, this one is putting up a fight, but I think I will, no, yeah, I will leave it where it is. It cannot reinforce, and I can at least send my tank a little bit further ahead. The planes cannot spot. They badly caught us last time. Don't know how they did see us, but we got away quite lightly. A hit on the Panzerjäger, which is cheap, and on the Wolframen, which is expensive but has not much overstrength. So it could have been much worse. So, and there's a spotting cavalry Yeah, I think it's there, if I remember correctly. Yeah, here it is. It's sometimes really not good to make too long breaks. There's a defensive artillery. Of course, you forget where you spotted the enemy, and when it's raining, they suddenly disappear. So we know for sure that there's something there. But with 2 tanks, we can take care of it. First, I want to... Yeah, it's a light tank. I want to get rid of this artillery. So I'm sending in... Yeah, big hit by the flame Panzer. It's growing experience really fast. And unfortunately there's no unit. That can block this one. So if it's retreating, yeah. Initiative +1, that's good. Yeah, that's gone. Yeah, no unit could have reached. Too bad. Yeah, almost no suppression, so I will have to use this artillery. And we cannot see and hit them. That's actually annoying. But never mind. Oh, it's here, so guess it's safe to place a unit there. And I will send another infantry unit to the south. Let's review. Yeah, this one cannot quite reach the airfield, so I might as well try to block the bomber. If it goes this way, I can do nothing. But it goes to a northern airfield, it will go up first and get trapped. Yeah, that's it. Let's end the turn. Yep, perfect. They did nothing. That's good for us. And now we are stuck in the mud. So that gives us the time to look at the strategic map and yeah, compare our situation to the historic background. Like ourselves, the Germans applied the major bulk of Army Group Center around Vyazma, which is, it's here. That's the same that we do, and they pulled down our 3rd Army Group and Hoth. He was originally deployed at Leningrad, and they left the communications officer there. So because at that time they used Morse, and each officer had his own personal Morse code style, you might say. So the Intel was able to tell who is sending the Morse signal or the Morse code. So they left the communications office at Leningrad, so the Russians had no idea that the 3rd Panzer Group was coming. And in the south, 2nd Panzer Group under Guderian was deployed. He should do a pincer maneuver from the south. And there were 2 major pockets, one at Bryansk and one at Vyazma. And around 500,000 Russian troops were captured or killed there. So that was major success and a major disaster for the Germans. So it was both in one. These were the last battles where the Russians were at a big disadvantage. A lot of equipment got lost in the early stages. So just to give you some impressions, they lost, depending on the sources, like 7,000 or 8,000 or even 20,000 airplanes, and extremely large amount of tanks, and a lot of armies completely got wiped out. And at this time they couldn't replace those equipment, so new tanks and equipment only started to flow in at this moment of time, but these were not big numbers yet. And moreover, strategically and tactically, they still made huge mistakes. So the forces were deployed at the line with major bulks of forces at Vyazma and Bryansk, like you can see here. So the Germans, in their normal blitzkrieg strategy, could surround them and force a surrender on them. And there was pretty much nothing there to stop the advance on Moscow at this time. But there is a big but, of course. The resistance was extremely harsh in those pockets. So the German hopes that they would quickly surrender were not fulfilled. And I guess that's because of the bad treatment of the Germans. The bad treatments that the Germans did to the Russian forces and the Russian population. So there was really a big determination. So they didn't surrender. And if things would have been other, and the Nazi regime would not have been the Nazi regime, things might have gone different, because Stalin was not a popular man at the beginning. The resistance might have broken much earlier otherwise, but I guess with the regime being what it was, things played out as they should have. And so the advance was extremely delayed, and like you see here, the Germans were caught by mud and couldn't use this opportunity they had. This was the last battle where they caught the Russians off guard. There was not much in their way, poor tactics, so this was a big chance to take Moscow. But unfortunately for the Germans, Hitler himself didn't think of Moscow as a huge priority. High command absolutely wanted to push for Moscow, but he thought that with the bulk of the Russian army concentrated on the defense, it would be best to capture economical vital positions and areas in the Ukraine and deploy the forces there and not go for Moscow. And then with winter coming, the Germans decided that it was not time in 1941 to take Moscow, so the initial plans were to stop, but then Hitler decided that it was time to attack finally. So it's hard to say whether it's right or wrong to go from Moscow. You cannot know that in hindsight because it never happened. But the problem was not doing it this way or the other way. It was being indecisive, stopping the advance, deploying the forces elsewhere, and then at the last moment trying to get it. And well, it simply was too late. The mud caught the Germans. Like you can see here, we are really bogged down, and we can hardly move. As you see here, movement range is severely reduced, and it will be a real challenge to cover this much ground. So let's see what we can do. Historically, the Germans obviously failed. Well, I think we will have to wait for more troops to arrive here. And in the meantime, we will try to do what we can. It might be... this was a mistake actually. We should have hit this one. Because if I go for this, it will retreat and will threaten my artillery. And actually, I do want to go for Bryansk first. And the rain and the mud are really dangerous. Because our initiative is severely reduced. But well, we made it. The city is ours. And I guess, yeah, I can do it like this. Hit them and finish them off. But we have to destroy all their forces. I don't want them in my back. Yeah, there's a woods, not great for tanks, but maybe they will attack us. And I really want to get rid of those resistance pockets. Yeah, let's see what we can do. There's a major mass attack bonus. And we are starting to suffer losses. I guess it's impossible to avoid them at this point of time. Let's take a look. The road seems clear. So let's try to cover as much ground as possible. And like I said, I want to clear those trenches. If you want to be quick, don't do this. But our losses are, yeah, only minor at the moment. Yeah, that looks still good. And the mud is really bad. So I'm sending in the Nebelwerfer combined with the Flampanzer. That should, well, not as good as expected. Another hit point, damaged. And I absolutely want to defend this Flampanzer. So I'm putting 2 artillery pieces behind it. And yeah. Next turn we should be able to storm the city. But it's really hard to take those trenches. Yeah, now we can do nothing with our success. Didn't quite... You're not able to shoot at the bomber. Yeah, we might be able to trap it a second time, actually. So maybe... if we deploy like this, he should run into us, hopefully. Yeah, they didn't resupply, reinforce, that's good for us. Yeah, and the mud is really getting to us. And there's nothing there, we cannot hit them. So this is slow. I'm not sure if there's artillery there. So we will stay like this and hope we can trap them in a counter-attack. But we pretty much secured the south already. And our forces can join on the attack on Kaluga. And we must not forget to get Tula. Yeah, that's it. So let's end the turn. Yeah, we trapped the bomber. And unfortunately, they didn't go for our Flammpanzer. But now we have vision again. That's good news. And now it's time to finish off the last resistance. Oh, this is really... it's still muddy. Rugged defense. That's bad. The Russian forests. Actually, that's really bad because we do need this infantry later on. This one we will send by rail transport. And in the meantime, we will see what we can do here. I don't want them to get digged in too much. Yeah, that's the way we like it. And now we will begin the attack on Tansk. And yeah, maybe we can hit Tula from the south and join up with parts of Army Group Center in the north. But that's still a long way to go. Yeah, and the way is completely clear. Yeah, let's block the city. We'll take the chance to reinforce. Rugged defense. Oh, luckily only 2 damage. That is annoying. And I forgot to use the Air Force. Yeah, that's obviously bad. Yeah, doesn't do anything. Okay, we have to finish off this one. That's a free bomber. And there's a hurricane there. Should be an easy target. Yeah, there's no enemy airfield nearby, so I think it's safe to attack this one. There should be another strategic bomb or something. Here it is. Yeah, the city is secured. Yeah, and the Panzer is really great. It has already gained its first star. And we have to be careful not to expose ourselves. Nah. Can't quite reach it. I wanted to force a surrender, but that's not possible because of the mud. So, and this one has vision range of 1. So we will stay +1 attack on the fighter. That's great as well. So there should be more fighters. We have 2 here, 1 here. Here it is. Yeah, we might actually be able to take the airfield this turn. If we... Yeah, I think it's worth it. Wow, got lucky here. So the airfield is ours. Vision denied once again. We will stay out of vision range here. That's for sure. This one can fire next turn. No resistance there. We will stay under fighter cover just to be safe. And we can even deploy another fighter to make sure not to get hit, but I will think about that later. For now, we are going in on the next city. Okay, there's no more resistance on this part of the front line. Those trenches seem to be clear as well. Yeah, I would say this is great progress. Now let's see if we can trap something. Those are out of vision. Those as well. No risks there. Don't care about the scout car. No problems there. So we might even guard this dog. Oh no, actually, we don't know where they are going and what they're going to spot, so I will place this right here. So that's it, let's end the turn. And here they come. Well, that was not that bad. So I don't care about this one. We might use it for scouting. The way is clear. So we can start using the bridges. And now let's finish off the final infantry resistance. Mass attack once again. And the pocket of Bryansk is collapsed. So we can start pushing ahead now. Scout tank, very useful, and as expected, the way is clear. We are making extremely good progress here, and we can bring in forces to support our attack on Bryansk, on Yuknov, but first let's make sure to really get them this time. Another rocket defense. This tank really has bad luck. Yeah. I will take the time to take it out. It's providing vision for the enemy. Something I really do not like. Yeah, and now we have to think about how we are going to deal with the Russian Air Force right here. I don't think there is enemy anti-aircraft guns in range. Wow, that was a big hit. One hit kill. And now we can put this one in a position to hit all of them. It was not quite that good. So those were all of our fighters. I'm not sure if I want to yeah, I guess I will take out this one at least. No damage taken so far. Yeah, and I guess I will deal with them later. This one will be escorting the bomber, and I have still one fighter that I can position. So I will lure this one in wherever I want him to be. So we will have to think about that later. Yeah. Don't like to get hit like this. And I would like to get rid of this pioneer unit. Yep. So now this is the perfect setup for a trap right here. So I'll keep these units like they are and stay out of vision for the moment. I will redeploy this to the south. And now we can push ahead here. But it all works out in our favor right now. Don't want to get too bold. And those units we will keep under fighter cover, so nothing should happen here. Yeah, there's really not much in our way now. I hope they're not going to attack this one. No, they won't. Yeah, and that's really working out great. So let's take a look. The trenches are clear. Yeah, and this northern part of our army is making good progress as well. And I'm thinking we will complete this turn and watch the Russian response. And then we will make a break again. So I'm not sure what to do with this bomber. I kind of do not want to waste its turn. Yeah, I don't want to risk anything now. We have plenty of time still. We have collapsed resistance at Vyazma. We have demolished the Russian Air Force. So what can happen now? So this one has to go on railway transportation. We have quite... Yeah, we have taken some losses, so we will need the prestige, but... So... let's hope to trap the bomber here. This should be a really tempting target for them. Yeah, and I hope they don't have any major fighter forces left. Well, nothing there to bomb actually. At least nothing I would like to risk. So I will keep it like it is. So that's it. Let's end the turn. There is a fighter. And the trap didn't work. But there's still here both of them. I don't know why they did this. But that's great for us. Yeah, looks perfect. More losses than I would have liked. And we have to get this Polikarpov. And finish off those two. Then I think we have air superiority. And this one will be easy. So yeah, we have reached the next defensive line, I guess. But that's for the next video. So see you then and goodbye, good night.